Sister Wives Recap. Janelle claims Kody took lots of money from family fund near end of marriage. Janelle Brown is taking a hard look back at her marriage to Kody Brown. And this time, she's focusing on their finances. Hello friends, welcome to the Daily Gossip News Update. I am Olivia and hope you are well by God's grace. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. I never felt like I had much control over my own money because everybody was pulling from the same account. Janelle told Kody Brown during the Sunday, January 26, episode of Sister Wives. As Kody's second wife, Janelle said the idea of a shared family fund was great in theory when they were a unified plural family. But over time, she claimed, money became a point of growing conflict. Janelle announced her separation from Kody in December 2022, following Kody's earlier departure in 2021. We set our family up that way, but toward the end, it was just really hard, Janelle said. In the beginning, we'd all weigh in on bills, what to pay, when, and who got priority. But according to Janelle, that all changed. In the last several years, Kody would just take out funds, and I didn't know what for. The money was just being spent. And a lot of it. Kody, who was married at various points to Meri, Janelle, Kody, and Robyn, denied the claim that he spent money irresponsibly. I was a father to 18 and a husband to more than just Janelle, Kody said. So there were a lot of financial responsibilities that didn't always involve her. He went on to explain that since Janelle managed the bookkeeping, she may have seen transactions without always knowing the reasoning behind them. Some of the bills that were meant to be paid by all of us were assigned to her, he added. Janelle strongly disagreed with that narrative. He loves to say I had all this power with the finances, she said. But I was just the one recording the transactions and sending them to the CPA. Earlier this season, Janelle also claimed that Kody had misrepresented her financial role to the other wives. She said he once told Meri that Janelle was controlling the money, which she insists was never true. If I really controlled the money, Janelle joked to Kody during the November 24 episode, we would have paid off Coyote Pass and built a house. Kody, in response, claimed the other wives also remembered Janelle as the one with control but admitted he sort of guided where the money went and insisted everyone had access to the family account. Coyote Pass sparks new legal battle. During the most recent episode, Janelle and Meri finally agreed to bring in legal counsel to help divide their interests in the Coyote Pass property in Arizona. After Kody left the family, she gave her share of the land to Kody and Robyn. But Janelle and Meri are still co-owners and want to sell their shares to recoup their investment. I trusted it would all work out in the end, Janelle told producers. But looking back now, I realize that was naive. I should have insisted we were all listed on every piece of property. While discussing the issue with Meri, both women agreed that they had paid for the land from the shared family account and contributed equally. Kody, however, pushed back on that version of events. We didn't all pay equally for Coyote Pass, Kody claimed. I personally paid for one entire lot, at least 92% of it. The rest we chipped in on together. This disagreement only added fuel to the ongoing tension. Meri noted that everyone seems to have their own version of what happened, and that trust among the group has all but disappeared. Kody and Robyn probably already have a plan for what they want to do, Meri said. I know Janelle does, and I have my own thoughts, but no one's talking to each other because no one trusts each other. Kody told the cameras that he's still working on resolving the issue but isn't rushing. I'm not your servant to boss around, he said of his ex-wives. Janelle, however, made it clear she's ready to move on. I just want this land situation settled, she said. It's the only thing still tying me to Kody and Robyn. I want to close this chapter. Season 19 exposes deep wounds and shifting alliances. The latest season of Sister Wives hasn't just focused on property and finances. It's brought long-simmering tensions and broken relationships into the spotlight. Janelle's accusations that Kody mismanaged the family's funds reopened old wounds and reawakened discussions about fairness, control, and trust. Off-screen, Tamron Hall revealed that behind-the-scenes tapings of the reunion were especially tense, with conflict flaring between Meri and Robyn. Meanwhile, friendships among the wives continue to shift. Janelle and Christine remain close and supportive of one another, while Meri's relationships with both Christine and Robyn have become increasingly strained. Sister wives Meri Brown is obviously still in love with Kody Brown. Here's how we know. Now that the dust has settled on the latest season of TLC's Sister Wives, there are some telling clues from the one-on-one specials that Meri Brown might still have lingering feelings for her former husband, Kody Brown. The four main cast members on Sister Wives Season 19 sat down for a series of one-on-one interviews with host Supi Krishnan to reflect on the season and its aftermath. During Meri's segments, several moments suggested she still holds a soft spot for Kody. Unlike former wives David Woolley and Janelle Brown, who were openly critical of their ex-husband, Meri occasionally defended Kody's actions. She also spoke warmly about the positive times in their marriage, something neither Janelle nor Christine seemed willing to do. There were subtle moments during the season, such as when Kody helped Meri move from Flagstaff to Utah, where their continued fondness for each other was evident. Though she was puzzled by Kody's emotional reaction on moving day, Meri didn't dwell on it. Still, it seems she's reached a place of peace with him, or perhaps still cares for him deeply. In the infamous debate over Kody's use of luggage racks while traveling, which Christine viewed as symbolic of his selfishness, Meri didn't join in the criticism. Christine recalled that Kody would always claim the luggage rack for himself, leaving the wives to figure out their own arrangements. Janelle backed up Christine's version of events, while Robyn said she just claimed the rack first without issue, as seen in a TikTok shared by TLC. Meri, however, dismissed the deeper meaning behind the story, saying, "I don't feel like it's fair to sit there and complain. I don't want to complain. I'm not into that. I'm not going to do that." She refused to turn the situation into something symbolic, choosing instead to let it be what it was. When asked whether she believed Kody ever put himself first, Meri sighed and admitted, "Yes, he does, but only sometimes." There appears to be a noticeable difference between Christine and Janelle, who are more vocal with their frustrations, and Meri, who approaches Kody's actions more gently. She even defended him at times, saying he often prioritizes others. Whether Meri is trying to maintain peace or still has genuine feelings for Kody is unclear. But when she reminisced about their early relationship, she visibly lit up. Meri described herself as shy and quiet, while Kody was outgoing and charismatic. That contrast drew her in. Her tender recollections are bittersweet. She was clearly in love with Kody, and he made her feel special during those early days. Meri smiled as she shared that Kody made her feel like she mattered. When asked when the last time she felt that way was, she quietly said, "It's been a while." In another interview moment, Suki brought up how Kody had said that Meri and Robyn were his only safe spaces within the plural marriages. This came up in reference to a personal experience from Kody's past, which he had only shared with Meri and Robyn. He remembered that, in the beginning, he and Meri shared a strong sense of emotional safety. Kody admitted that he had been emotionally open with Meri in the past, but gradually moved away from that closeness. He said, "Just kind of grew out of it, I guess." Reflecting on that, Kody acknowledged he was wrong to claim he'd never loved Meri. When Supi relayed this to Meri, she responded that it was interesting and nice to hear that he remembered having trusted her. When asked if she had felt safe with Kody, Meri quietly said that she had. All of this suggests that Meri still carries a warm regard for Kody, if not love, then a strong sense of nostalgia and affection. It may be why she avoids attacking him when Christine and Janelle criticize him. Meri probably cherishes the memory of a time when it was just the two of them, and she holds that part of their story close to her heart. Years of miscommunication, unequal treatment, pandemic challenges, and Kody's perceived favoritism toward Robyn have left the Brown family scattered and fractured. Now, each former wife is choosing her own path, some building new relationships, others walking away completely. Fans demand that showrunners give this Sister Wives star her own dating show after split from Kody Brown. After the conclusion of season 19 of Sister Wives, Janelle Brown, the second wife of Kody Brown, opened up about her views on polygamy and the possibility of remarriage. Janelle and Kody announced their split during season 18, back in December 2022. Since then, the 56-year-old reality star has been navigating life as a single woman. In a candid interview with Parade, Janelle addressed rumors and misconceptions about her personal life. She clarified, "Everybody has this idea that just because I didn't want to have assembly line kisses with Kody, I promise I am not." She also shared that she is open to dating again, stating, "It's tough sometimes being on your own, but I manage. I think if the right person comes along in the future, I'd be open to it. I love the simple joys of life, good food, relaxing with a glass of wine, and meaningful companionship." Following Janelle's refreshingly honest comments, fans flooded social media with support. On the show's official Facebook page, one enthusiastic viewer wrote, "Cancel Sister Wives and give Janelle her own dating spin-off, TLC." Another fan added, "Janelle, we're rooting for you. You deserve someone who truly appreciates how amazing you are." While many viewers praised Janelle and cheered her on, others felt it might be time for Sister Wives to come to an end altogether. On a Reddit thread titled "Thoughts on the Show Ending?", one user wrote, "I'm ready for it to end because Kody and Robyn are just sitting in their mansion collecting a check for poor acting. They should have taken acting classes. Eventually, they'll have to do that four-letter word they seem to avoid, work." Another commenter echoed the sentiment. "It's time. The show isn't really about Sister Wives anymore. They should rename it no longer Sister Wives. What we're watching now feels scripted and full of contradictions. It just doesn't feel real anymore." Referencing Kody's announcement that he no longer practices polygamy, a fan added, "The drama just isn't there anymore. It's 2 years behind real life, and we already know what happens. The original intrigue came from seeing the unique family dynamics. That's gone." One viewer pointed out the emotional toll the show now carries, referencing the tragic loss of Janelle and Kody's son Garrison. "With everything this family has been through, including Garrison's passing, it feels too personal to watch unfold on camera. We saw the polygamous lifestyle break apart. It ended in divorces, distance, and deep emotional pain." After 27 years together, Sister Wives star Kody Brown's shocking take on her marriage to Kody says everything. Sister Wives Season 19 has offered a brutally honest look into the unhealthy dynamics between Kody Brown and his former wives, Meri, Janelle, and Kody Brown. While many viewers blame Kody's only remaining wife, Robyn Brown, for the family's breakdown, it's become increasingly clear that Kody himself played a central role. His clear favoritism toward Robyn only deepened the fractures within the family. Kody knew her marriage was over the day Kody married Robyn. During the June 8, 2025 episode of the Sister Wives Tell All Special Part 3, Kody revealed a painful truth. She realized her marriage with Kody was over the moment he announced his plans to marry Robyn. Kody said she and Kody had shared a strong bond for many years. In her words, "It was just a blast." However, everything changed when Robyn entered the picture. Though Kody never formally divorced Kody, as he eventually did with Meri, his legal marriage to Robyn and decision to adopt her children left Kody feeling sidelined. Their connection, once full of meaning, gradually became more symbolic than heartfelt. Kody explained that Kody had stopped showing care in nearly every way, emotionally, romantically, and even in the effort he put into their shared life. What had once been a vibrant relationship had grown distant and hollow. Kody felt neglected and unheard. Christine shared that, toward the end of their marriage, her relationship with Kody lacked communication and emotional closeness. The silence between them became a wall. She felt like they were simply going through the motions, and the disconnect deepened over time. She even wondered if both of them were just staying in the relationship out of habit rather than true commitment. The most painful part, Christine said, was that they never talked about the growing distance. When she tried to have an honest conversation with Kody about where they stood, he dismissed her and made it clear he had no intention of rekindling any real connection. After that moment, Christine said she no longer wanted to share her space or her life with him. It was a turning point. Christine began to rediscover her independence, and from that strength, she found the courage to leave the relationship behind. Kody Brown's dismissiveness became impossible to ignore. This wasn't the first time Christine had voiced concerns. She first opened up during the Sister Wives Season 16 tell-all in 2022. What hurt her most was seeing Kody continue to invest emotionally in his relationships with Robyn and even Janelle, despite the awkwardness and visible tension in those relationships as well. While Robyn appeared to have a close connection with Kody, Janelle's approach seemed more detached. She appeared to accept the relationship for what it was, without expecting deeper emotional connection. That difference in expectations may have helped Janelle stay longer, but it didn't work for Christine. Kody, meanwhile, claimed that Christine's desire to leave was the reason he pulled away from her. He said he felt betrayed and couldn't maintain closeness in that situation. But to many viewers, it was just another example of Kody using emotional withdrawal as a form of control. Christine found strength in letting go. Over the years, Kody's pattern of favoritism, avoidance, and manipulation had left his wives in a constant state of uncertainty. Christine's story highlights what happens when someone chooses to break free from that cycle. She refused to keep playing a role in a relationship that no longer respected her needs or emotions. As Christine stepped into her own power and began building a life outside the plural marriage, fans saw a woman reclaiming her voice and worth. Her story is a reminder that even after 27 years, it's never too late to walk away from something that no longer brings peace. Robyn Brown forgets to cry in Season 19 of Sister Wives. For years, Sister Wives fans have come to associate Robyn Brown with emotional moments and frequent tears. But in Season 19, something changed. Robyn seemed to have left the crying behind. Naturally, viewers are wondering what happened. Has she become more self-aware due to being mocked on social media for her emotional displays? Or is it simply that she no longer feels the need to show vulnerability in that way? Over time, Robyn earned the nickname Sobbin' Robyn because of how often she appeared emotional on screen. Across multiple seasons, fans watched as she often dabbed at her eyes, but rarely saw a visible tear. Her quivering voice and dramatic expressions became a signature part of the show, nearly as recognizable as Kody Brown's scowls. Some viewers believed that Robyn's emotional moments were exaggerated, possibly used to convey distress at convenient moments. Often, when she became visibly upset in front of Kody, it appeared to trigger frustration in him. Frustration he would then direct at one of the other wives. In contrast, Season 19 presented a different Robyn. Except for her daughters, who did show emotion during the tell-all, it was striking how composed Robyn remained. During the one-on-one tell-all specials, Robyn didn't display the usual teary-eyed reactions fans expected. As some observers pointed out, her expressions were more reserved. One fan even described her as stone-faced. The internet took notice. On Reddit, user Master Dimension 452 commented on how unusual it was to see Robyn remain so dry-eyed. This sparked new speculation. Were her past emotional displays rehearsed or exaggerated? Had she been able to cry on cue in the past to influence Kody or shift attention in her favor? With tensions high during the tell-all, many assumed Robyn would once again become emotional. But instead, she remained calm, even detached. It almost seemed like she had flipped a switch, showing a side of herself that was more reserved and less dramatic than in past seasons. One fan summed it up this way: "I don't think Robyn ever had actual tears. She'd just wipe her face like she did. Maybe in the early years, but not anymore." Other Reddit users shared similar sentiments. "It always frustrated me how Robyn would start crying when someone else was hurt, turning the attention to herself. Her crying voice, without any tears, always felt disingenuous. It felt manipulative at times." These reactions reflect how longtime viewers perceived Robyn's emotional behavior as part of a broader pattern in her relationships within the plural family. So, if she stopped the emotional displays, why now? Many believe that with Meri, Janelle, and Christine, the OG3, out of the picture, Robyn no longer feels the need to protect her place in the family dynamic. She's now the only remaining wife, and with no one left to compete with, some fans suspect that the emotional performances are no longer necessary. Whether Robyn's change in demeanor is genuine growth, exhaustion from scrutiny, or simply a strategic shift in behavior, Season 19 gave fans a version of her that's strikingly different from the past. Sister Wives Robyn Brown caught in a lie as video evidence surfaces. The Sister Wives Season 19 tell-all was meant to be a reflective capstone, a moment for each family member to process the emotional aftermath of a once unified, but now fractured family. Instead, it became a tense and revealing confrontation, especially for Robyn Brown, whose carefully maintained public image is starting to come undone. During Part 4 of the tell-all, Robyn faced pointed criticism from her former sister wives. Janelle didn't hold back, calling Robyn the sacred cow of Kody Brown, a label Robyn brushed off with a laugh. But many fans weren't convinced her reaction was genuine. Some sensed that the laugh was less about amusement and more about deflection. Then came the now infamous luggage rack moment. Robyn claimed she had no idea the luggage rack had become a symbol of deeper family tensions, of Kody prioritizing himself over his wives. She said she just took it, seemingly unaware of the meaning behind it. To some viewers, that felt less like innocence and more like quiet triumph. But what truly ignited social media was her response to an old family camping trip. During the tell-all, Robyn denied being disengaged, while the other wives worked to set up meals and manage the group. According to Janelle, Meri, and Christine, Robyn had sat off to the side doing her makeup while they handled the responsibilities. Robyn said she had no memory of that. But video clips from that very trip soon surfaced online, and they told a different story. Footage clearly showed Robyn calmly applying makeup while the others were busy cooking and managing camp tasks. Even more surprising, in a previous interview, Robyn had described that same trip and had specifically remembered Janelle and Meri making breakfast. Somehow, that memory didn't resurface during the tell-all. To fans, it felt like a clear case of selective memory. "I've had morning sickness, and makeup was the last thing on my mind. And I had to show up for work," one viewer wrote. "She's clearly just taking her time primping while the others were working." Another chimed in, "I haven't worn makeup since being pregnant, but to be fair, I'm not on camera, and I only have one child." The criticisms kept coming. Robyn's story always seems to be that she's either right, innocent, or just can't remember. She and Kody must think the audience can't tell the difference. She never owns up to anything. Honestly, if she just said, "I was newly married and wanted to look good for Kody because the cameras were around," people might respect the honesty. Another viewer summed it up. "She never takes a moment to really consider the question. It's like her instinct is to deny, whether or not it's the truth. That's the part I don't get." It's one thing to sidestep a tough question. It's another to do so while appearing perfectly composed, even as video proof tells another story. And the tell-all didn't stop there. It also revisited one of the most long-standing viewer questions: what really happened during Robyn and Kody's early courtship? Specifically, did their relationship cross boundaries before they were spiritually married? Both Christine and Janelle appeared skeptical of the official timeline. Christine remarked that Kody and Robyn had seemed very physically comfortable with each other early on. Janelle added, "If I had had a year to get to know Kody like that, I would have left." Robyn, however, denied anything inappropriate had taken place. According to her, she and Kody shared only a shy, awkward kiss after their spiritual ceremony. "It wasn't even a real kiss," she said, "just an awkward little peck." To some, that sounded like a carefully worded attempt to control the narrative. For longtime viewers who followed Robyn's evolving storylines, it seemed like part of a familiar pattern, one in which the truth is often blurred and the full picture never quite comes into focus. Sister Wives Christine Brown unleashes her anger at Kody and Robyn. Christine Brown has stayed silent for years, but in the explosive Sister Wives Season 19 tell-all, that silence shattered. And once it did, there was no going back. From the very start of the one-on-one interviews, it became clear this wouldn't be a polite, surface-level chat. Kody Brown came in unfiltered. But Christine brought the fire, with pointed accusations that cut through years of tension and emotional neglect, especially where Robyn was concerned. Christine didn't hold back her emotions. Reflecting on her marriage to Kody, she made a bold and painful admission. Everything that came out of Kody's mouth was a lie. Her tone was direct. Her frustration had been bottled up for too long. Christine opened up about how much of herself she gave away in an attempt to make Kody happy, sacrificing her own needs just to accommodate his sporadic visits. In doing so, she said, she lost touch with herself. That kind of regret doesn't appear overnight. It builds slowly, over years of one-sided compromise. By the time Part 4 of the tell-all aired, fans were bracing for impact. But Christine still managed to shock viewers with her next revelation. A secret from Kody's past raises new suspicions. During the special, Kody casually admitted that he had a secret girlfriend back in college during a time when he felt disconnected from his faith. Christine's reaction was sharp. For her, this wasn't just a forgotten memory, it was a warning sign. If he'd kept that part of his life hidden all these years, what else might he be hiding? What upset her most wasn't just the secret itself. It was that Robyn knew about it, while none of the other wives did. That unequal transparency stung. Christine then wondered aloud whether Kody and Robyn had crossed emotional or romantic boundaries before their spiritual marriage. Speaking with tell-all host Sukanya Suki Krishnan, Christine speculated whether something more had occurred between the two before their official union. She wasn't making an accusation, nor did she cite any proof. It was more a reflection of the doubts she carried for years. But the implications sent shockwaves. When Suki asked Robyn directly, Robyn strongly denied that anything inappropriate had happened. She said she and Kody had never shared a romantic moment before they were engaged, and that their first real kiss happened during their 2010 spiritual wedding. "It wasn't even romantic," she said. "It was awkward. We were just trying to be respectful." She described their earlier kisses as little church kisses, subtle and appropriate in front of family and religious figures. In her words, they weren't remotely passionate, and certainly not what people were imagining. Christine remained skeptical. But Christine remained unconvinced. She said the level of comfort Kody displayed at Robyn's house early on, especially when it came to private moments, suggested otherwise. Greater than he was so comfortable entering Robyn's bedroom, Christine pointed out, hinting that the closeness between them had likely begun long before it was made official. To Christine, the signs had been there for years. She just hadn't spoken them out loud until now. A family divided, a future unknown. As Sister Wives Season 19 wraps, one thing is certain. This is no longer just a family disagreement. It's a total fracture, a breakdown of trust that runs deep. Christine's words were more than accusations. They were the result of years spent feeling unappreciated and pushed aside. While Robyn tried to clarify her side of the story, the gap between their perspectives remained wide and painful. TLC has yet to confirm what's next for Sister Wives. But the tell-all made one thing clear: this story isn't over. The tension is unresolved. The questions remain unanswered. And Christine's long silence voice is now the loudest one in the room.